Hi, Martin.
Hey, how's it going? Can you hear me?
Great, thanks. I can hear you loud and clear. How are you doing today?
I'm doing just fine.
That's good. I'm glad to have you on this call. I'm Gareth from Vector. It's a pleasure to meet you. I know that you have been having some good experience with us, and it's great to get on this call with you. I
I
spoke with
have
Lucia recently.
cleaned my lens a little bit. Okay.
Amazing. Yeah, so how's your day been just to start?
Oh, the day's been great. I'm in San Diego, so every day's a great day. And grass-fed beef kicked in, and I love just watching the logic, right? I
Hmm.
know a lot of people say, "Oh, don't watch it." Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But
Yeah, I
um,
saw that today as well. I was just having a look at your account actually. It looks to be going pretty well. If you don't mind, I would like to just start with some sort of an introduction. If you don't mind introducing yourself for everyone, so that you can, explain who you are, where you've come from, how long have you been with Vector for, and what sort of experience have you had with us so far, would you say?
yeah, my name is Marty Goodman. I'm retired from real estate and finance. I've always been people you find are either a real estate guy or they're stock guys. There are
Yes.
very few crossovers. And really, for the last 30 years, real estate has treated me very well. And but not so much with interest rates the way they are. There's not as many deals. I'm getting older. I don't have to worry about 1031 exchanging. So I went hunting for something different and
That's right.
been with Vector for probably just a month now, right? So very new, didn't know anything about this type of trading, didn't really even know NASDAQ futures existed. Um, and you guys got me set up. It was pretty easy. A few things I had to get used to. Not a lot of 60-year-olds I know use Discord, but
Yeah.
it's
Very
pretty
niche.
straightforward. It's pretty straightforward. And once you get used to it, this is literally you push two buttons. If you can't do that, you know, I don't know
It's
what
as
to
easy
say.
as that. It's as easy as that.
Yeah.
And that's great. I mean, you did say you've come from like a real estate background. Do you feel that, potentially running this algo has helped you in that sense, or is it just something that has sort of brought a good interest that kind of benefits real estate, or you're just glad to have this in the background running for you? Is that kind of what the way you see it?
My real estate runs on autopilot. I have dozens and dozens of properties. They generate rental income, and that's great. Um, and but the bloom is off the rose, right? That's on autopilot. I'm retired. I'm not. I used to have 200 employees and lots to do. So, I enjoy getting back into the mix and adding a little bit of income. And honestly, I'm taking care of my dad. I take care of a couple other people in my house, and it's
Amazing.
good to have the extra income. I
Yeah.
still win.
Yeah, good to hear. I mean, I've got to ask you though, I mean, at the end of the day, like obviously, as you said, this is pretty new to you. You've come from a real estate background. How did you kind of decide to get involved with Vector? What sort of made you try the algo? And like, have you also tried any other algo companies before? Have you worked with any other algorithms before or trading niche?
I did. There was, I looked at a number of them. I decided, I'm pretty technically proficient. I used to be a software developer. I'm now an
Okay.
airline. I'm not a pilot for private planes, and I'm an instructor. So I'm fairly sufficient in my skills and understanding things. And I thought,
That's
this
great.
sounds great, right? Use modern technology to do the trades instead of sitting there like a day trader every day trying to make things happen. My biggest concern, and this is just from past experience, is
Mhm.
having US based accounts.
Okay.
I tried another group, one of your competitors, and the first thing they did was they tried to tell me, oh, well, we use accounts in Australia, but they have the same kind of insurance and issues that US does, so you won't have any problems. I'm like, okay, well, I said, I'll give that a try. And the first company they gave me, I started researching and investigating. It turns out they were Australian based, but that was for wholesale. For retail stuff like I was doing, it was offshore. The accounts were not segregated. Um, Insurance is not important to me, but in segregation of funds is.
Hmm.
When I went and looked into NinjaTrader, Chicago-based U.S. rules. They were very thorough in my setup, collecting all the appropriate documents, and they do have segregated accounts, and it's a very reputable company.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, that's
I would,
definitely it's good to hear. It's definitely a very like safe place to invest money, especially if you can find a very trustworthy sort of company as well, which I would say Vector definitely offers that. So I mean that's good to
yeah,
hear. It's good to hear that you've
yeah,
stumbled
and
across
I
that.
now that I've gotten over my initial anxiety about Discord, I like being on there and seeing everybody posting their results. And it gives you a good sense that, hey, you're not just being told by the company what's happening, you're seeing everybody else being involved in
Yeah.
what they're doing, why they're
Yeah,
doing
so
it.
it's very interactive, right? It's definitely like an interactive place. Would you say the community is helpful? Like you're actually enjoyable being inside the community, you actually get to learn and grow, and also at the same time you get to interact with other people, as you say, that's the benefit of it, not just
Yeah,
having a
I
big
do
cash
like
account.
that. I do like that. I think it would be super helpful to segregate folks doing the cash account from folks doing the prop trading. I think
Yeah.
early on I was got a little confused. I couldn't figure out what these people were trying to do, why they were
Yeah.
struggling to make things happen when I was just pushing a button, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
definitely. Definitely. I always
so you
think
have to
that
pick
cash
what
accounts are
you
very
like.
simple, right? They're
Yeah,
super straightforward. At the end of the day, it's just almost like set and forget. And it's actually kind of a little bit unbelievable what you can do with a cash account by just
yeah,
literally enabling your box, and that's all you have to do daily. I don't think that's a very common thing to get nowadays. Like it's a new world, right? It's a new
right.
world with these things.
And the results were super interesting. You know, it's a probability game, right? So if the odds were 50-50 and you flipped a coin, you still have a chance of getting five tails in a row.
Yeah, I honestly I love the way you've explained that because it's actually very true. It's definitely a psychological thing, and I can just see by speaking to you that you have that figured out, and you can see like it really transpires into your results, right? You've obviously done pretty well. I had a look at your account now, but I would love to just kind of share that, with everyone if you don't mind, what sort of
Yeah,
results
sure.
you've seen in such a short space of time. You did say you've been here for a month, and I do actually recall speaking to you earlier. And it's really interesting. I mean, for me, I love to see these things play out like this. It is beautiful to see the results, and I'm glad that it's worked out for you. Obviously, we're still early in the game, and there's a lot more to come in the future. So, going forward, I hope that this just continues to be fruitful for you as we continue.
Right.
But I'd love to kind of see where you started and what sort of results you've actually had. What sort of returns have you actually managed to see with this algorithm?
Well, I got to see if I can remember everything because I don't calculate it all that closely. And on my to-do list is to post it into my QuickBooks or whatever. But I do know that I went from about 120 to 130, and then I took out 10, or I might have gone 130 to 140. I took out
Amazing.
10. So that left, 130 in the account. It went down five one day, and then it creeped back up. So I'm back up another probably 2,500 bucks. My goal originally was earn 1,000 a day, right? That was kind of based on my original assessment. All right,
Hmm.
I'm willing to take the hits if it comes. I don't want to risk much more until I understand this whole thing.
Yeah.
Now, I feel pretty confident and I'm going to start moving up. I'm trading two NQs now. I'll probably move to four soon and maybe even eight after that. And I just have to know what my max drawdown is and prepare for it.
Exactly, exactly. It's quite simple, right? You literally, we really try and make it as simple as possible as well at the end of the day. I think that the way you've approached it, the way you've thought about it is you utilizing it the right way, right? And that's what actually counts. That's where you see the results. That's what gives you the ability to scale. It's quite interesting to hear that, when you said you mentioned that you've taken the money out, which is the best part about it, that you've actually,
Yeah,
by the looks of it, you've actually secured your investment. And that's
yeah,
within your first month of joining that has happened, which
right.
is amazing to hear. I think that, you know, just given that kind of just says everything about it. Ultimately, you've actually secured everything that you've put in. And as I said, it's still early days. If you can achieve that in 1 month, one good month, what can the future hold? I think a lot of people are very
Yep.
focused on the short term, and and even so in the short term we see results. So just imagine what, 5 years from now can happen. I see
Yeah.
it long term. So I'm quite excited for you as well, Martin. I think that
Yeah.
it's good to have you aboard. It's good to jump on this call and kind of hear where you've come from. Do you sort of see Vector as a long-term growth outlook? Like where would you place yourself on that scale? What do you see for your
I
future with us?
Yeah, I totally do. I mean, this will be definitely part of my long-term investing strategy. Actually have an idea that I'm starting to test out with NinjaTrader on opening trust accounts and
Okay.
managing things for those family members with me as the trustee so that their winnings are their um, gains are taxed on their tax account, right? Not on mine.
Yeah.
So I'll play with that and I'll let you know how that goes. But
Yeah, that's great.
um,
That's great. I would love
because
to
right
hear.
now I'm earning the money, I'm getting taxed at my 45% rate, and then I'm paying money to them to help support them. I'd rather set up accounts for them and have them earn it, and I'll manage it and I'll put up the money, I'll take the risk. But now that I'm comfortable with it, so
Yeah,
they
yeah,
help me out.
definitely. Definitely.
They
Well,
fixed it
that's
and
that's
showed.
really that's really amazing to hear. I've got to tell the team about that. Honestly, I think they're gonna love that. So appreciate your kind words. I know there's a hardworking team behind the scene here.
Yep.
I think at the end of the day, like if I could almost just kind of summarize your experience, even though you still are new to it and you are loving everything by the looks of it, it seems like everything's working out really well for you. You've made upwards of $12,000 already within your first month, which just sounds
Right.
uh, kind of, it probably wouldn't sound real to most people at the end of the day. Like it's an
I
algorithm.
think that's probably your yeah. I think that's your biggest hurdle, right? Is
Yeah,
because there's so many companies that offer this style trading. You need to know who you can trust, right?
yeah,
And so far this month has been a very trust gaining experience. um, and it's really important, to figure that out ahead of time. I was very skeptical going in. I just
yeah.
assumed whatever I money paid you, I was going to lose it and prepared to lose it. I put a very small amount to start with, figuring, okay, I'll lose that. If this all works out, it's going to be great. And it has worked
So
out. I'm not expecting
yeah.
the 10 every single month, but I'll be super happy if I get it.
Yeah, that's amazing. So, I mean, you say you're skeptical at first. What sort of changed that? Was it because the team, or was it just based off pure performance? Like you actually saw results and that was enough for you. Money was there, that's it. You believe in it, or what kind of
Yeah,
changed
yeah.
your
I
mindset
think
there?
I think it was a combination. Number one, the team being there is super helpful. There's nothing worse than just sending emails or putting requests into a black hole where nobody gets back to you, right?
Yeah, I
So
agree. I agree.
that was number one, and then number two is actually seeing the results. Is this 70% real? Even though I could see 3 years of data, somebody could fabricate that, right? But I can
Hmm.
see now that that's not the case, um, and you can interact with other people who are doing the same thing you're doing. I
Yeah.
think I was a little bit also nervous about setting up an account that somebody else I didn't know had insights into, right? You
Hmm.
can get into the account, look at it, but since I've gotten comfortable with NinjaTrader, I know when I take money out, it pings me, it's two-factor authentication. So you guys can't take my money out without me knowing about
But
it.
that's a really good point, actually. I know that I tend to explain that a lot to people because that's one thing. It's like you join a platform, you're unfamiliar with how algorithms run in general. It's very niche, and you got to go through, a server or something like that. But once it's kind of explained to you and you've gone through the process, you've seen it work, it's just almost undeniable. And at least then
Yeah,
you sort of feel like you're in a situation now with a trustworthy team and you got people working hard at trying to make things work. It's
yeah.
difficult for me to even explain everything at once, but I would love to hear from at least from your side if you can kind of if you had to summarize it all and at Vector, as in just in one word, what would you say it would be? From your experience so far. This may
I
change,
would say
but for now, what would you say that
I would
one
say
word?
smart and reliable.
Smart and
Smart
reliable.
because Yeah, they pay a lot of attention to these algorithms and how they work and are always trying to improve them, back testing them, live data testing them, and improving. And reliable because you can get a hold of people and you can get your um, issues resolved.
That's amazing. Yeah, I think I really, it's really good to hear this part of the story with Vector. I truly look forward to a lot more of these calls. I think that we will definitely be doing this at a later stage as well because, just judged on what you can achieve in 1 month, I'm sure, you know, going down the line a year from now, what's possible with that. And I just think that it'd be great to jump on a call with you again at some point and I can just say thank you from my side for also doing this call because it's really good to hear it from a client within Vector that has actually seen the
Right.
results and been through the process and I feel that you're understanding it in the right way, right? Everything seems to click for you. And it's the same way I see it, it's the
Yeah.
same way I like to explain it to people. So I do
Yep.
appreciate
Yep.
I do appreciate your time as well. Do appreciate it.
Very good. Well, I'll look forward to future calls.
Amazing. If I can just end this off with one strong thing, what would you say to maybe another person that is skeptical of joining or another person that is interested in joining but is not sure how to pull a trigger or they're not sure whether or not to get involved? What would you encourage them to say in like the
I
most
would say,
honest,
look,
trustworthy way?
I would say, look, start slow, right?
Mhm.
And, like I did, I first 4 or 5 days, I treated the, what are they called? The micro, mini,
Yeah.
and MNQs.
MNQ.
And,
Yeah.
and I got the feel for it. And I was like, okay, this is moving a little too slowly for me, but I gained confidence. I got it set up. It was working exactly as you said. So I would say start slow, prove it to yourself, get your NinjaTrader account, get your Quant VPS set up.
That's good. I really appreciate it, Martin. I hope that we speak again. And like always, if you need anything from my side, feel free to always get a call with me. I'm always here to help you. I truly appreciate the call. It's really good to hear that you getting your money's worth, getting the good experience, and
Yeah,
loving everything that's working. So, I'll leave it with that. And from my side to you, blessings. And I hope that everything continues to go very well from your side and I'm sure the team's going to continue to look after you. So, thank you very much.
very good. All right.
Thanks,
Thanks so much.
Martin.
Appreciate
Take
it.
care.
Okay.